Hello and welcome everybody. Mechanical Gamer here. Welcome to episode 7 of our Let's Play. So we've entitled this episode The Highway because we are going to begin building highways in this episode. I don't know if I want to build them above this current setup or below, but gotta take a look here. I'm thinking it's probably going to be this region. I'd like to go below that arch, so it's probably going to be below. But we still got a few more pieces we've got to build for our highway. So let's recall where we were last time to see exactly what I'm talking about here. So load up the highway that we've built the last time. So you can see what we're doing here. Actually, I'm going to put a center divider in on this as well, so that way we could separate out the lanes, because right now we don't have any of the ground paint. So we're doing a double wide, that way we have a little bit of extra space. Wait, this not gonna happen. Maybe I can't. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. So that's a problem, because now that I think about it, we're gonna have an ugly setup if it's like this. It'll be an ugly setup if we have it like this. So, yeah, because we want this divide, so a line in the future will have to be put down the center here. We just have to wait till we get enough points in the awesome shop and that we have the right technologies to do that. Let's take a look here. That'd be that. Custom. So you got center line, you got side line. We've used the side line. So yeah, that's what we'll end up doing in the future. Yeah, that's actually works well. So this 5.5 tickets. Can we research that now? Do we have enough tickets? No. So that is another thing we're going to be wanting to set up, is some more of these upgrades here real quick too, because the reason why this is so slow running on that old tier 2 belt, and everything behind it is a tier 1 belt. So let's drop some tier 3s in here, reclaim the iron plate. And we'll get these lines up and running proper. It should only take a few minutes to properly clear this entire thing out. Got to clear it out machine by machine. We will have it a lot better off starting in the next episode, because the next episode probably will be on Satisfactory 1.1. That is releasing on the 10th. Why is this one? There's a problem. There we go. Now it's going to offload a lot faster. Now that we can drop 270 a minute through. Let's say something looked wrong about that, being as slow as it was. Tier 3 belts are usually pretty decent for speed. But like I said, things really don't take off until you get to tier 4 belts. That's coming, guys. That might be next episode or the episode after. But yeah, we're gonna want to put lines on our roads. And you know, honestly, we can make this go a lot faster for us. And we're going to take advantage of this because we can. We're gonna recycle up our DNA capsules. So we're gonna set up a spot where we could do that. This center area that we are in here is gonna be pretty much open, never gonna get used. Turn this. Okay, so let's get that in, get that set up so that we can recycle those. Those center lines are going to come in handy for marking where the center of our roads are. Here. Voila. Now let's go grab those. I know we got a bunch of them. 44, so we'll probably be able to get at least 10. All right, so yeah, definitely going to want to be harvesting as much of those as we can. Let's grab the lines. We're going to grab both of these lines. 7 points.
Decoration and organization go hand in hand. Fix it HQ custodian, I always say. Use of these customizer features does not guarantee an aesthetically pleasing or user-friendly factory. That's the part that requires knowledge and skill.
Grab these two. Let's see. 5, 6. Somewhere else we'll grab a 1. Got that. Eventually we're going to have all this anyway, so basically just trying to burn a ticket here. All right, so let's go add that pattern to the deck. Or patterns to the deck, I should say. Did not get unlocked? Oh, there they are. They're further down. We're gonna have a sideline. Do our center. Like that. I thought it would do. There we go. So now you can see we've got, oh, that's not good. It deleted our center line, so we can only have that's something they need to change. They need to make it so that you can customize these. So you can have a sideline with a dotted on one side if you wish. But I'll take the thicker center line because these ones aren't as important. This would be like a line for our vehicles to follow. So that would be perfect. So there we go. We've now got ourselves our highway. Now, can I change the color of those by chance? Out of curiosity. Never played with these, so let's find out. I'll have to research that later, but yellow is fine. Is that in the dark? Not like we're gonna need to worry about that anyway, because like I said, this is gonna be a lit up thing. So if I pull this out here, it says right here, buildables, designer cannot be connected to world data buildables, so we can't do that right now, but this will power up and light everything up. Save it over. Yes, I want to continue through the designer. So the next thing we're going to design is a freeway intersection. So, freeway intersections, of course, are a bit different than the standard 4. Find something. And they're different in the sense that you have this space here. And it's going to be the same thing with a 4-way intersection, except it'll be just on both all sides. And we have to have a way to transfer power through this. And we're probably going to want a light, you know, probably in the corners or along this and along this end, along this edge over here. So looking. I think it maybe hit 8. Go and take a look at my foundations. I have that proper foundation unlocked, which I don't. Look here, so foundation we really want to unlock. The inverted corner ramp, 5 points. This is doing well, but it hasn't earned us any real amounts of points yet. So what we really need to do is take a look at what we've got in our inventories here. Make a couple more alien DNA capsules. And maybe we even need to go do some hunting, because 7's not going to be enough. Because now that we started using these DNA capsules, it's going to take significantly more DNA capsules to trigger a ticket production. I mean, yes, we could recycle some of our... Actually, to tell you the truth, we need to run that over there. Some of the plating, the space elevator parts, but I don't like recycling these space elevator parts because they are used to build other space elevator parts later on. Of course, we may have to set up such a line so that way it keeps running. This is gonna hurt. So we've now completed the first part. Means we're gonna have a bucket just sitting there. So for now, we should set it up so that it runs into a sink, and later on when we are needing to use them to produce other parts, we can remove said sink, but we might even have a factory that does it by that point instead of just this small little line. But we want that container to fill up first before we do that, so we're gonna let it be, leave it to it. How's this line looking? This one's gonna definitely need one here soon, because truth is, we're not really using a whole lot of reinforced iron plate anymore. Ever since the Mark III line came out, kind of has produced an obsolescence for that, at least for the primary use. And you can see, yep, the lines are catching up, so it's pulling out these ones right now. Once these ones are empty, then these ones will empty. So yes, I think an upgrading of the lines are necessary now. Not gonna have enough steel to do that though. But we can get at least this section fully upgraded. You can always go pick up more steel later. And let's go see about hunting real quick. Let's go hunt some animals here. Close enough. Yes, we've gotten to a point in this game, guys, where we can go hunting. We have a decent tool. Of course, probably want to get that rebar gun up and running at some point here soon. That will definitely make things a lot easier when it comes to distance hunting. Either that or explosives. Big hog up here. Should have respawned by now. Those. Doggo. Haven't utilized these. We've probably killed these hogs a half a dozen times. But they do respawn on... hogs will respawn if you don't build in their vicinity. Like, see, these power lines might be just a little too close. Some instances. Of course, we're going to be utilizing these here pretty soon. We have a factory we need to build. Fog up here. Three. Four. Let's guy down on this one. Guess we're going to drop down there slowly. That way we don't hurt ourselves too much. Or at all. Surprise attack. So I've seen a lot of Reddit posts, beginners beginning here. This is a great spot. They're normals, like I said. I prefer pures to start. But that right there would be perfect now for, say, a factory that builds nothing but modular frames, which we're going to need here very soon. Actually, we need it now. We will begin setting that up probably once the highway gets out here. We're just making sure that we got all the pieces unlocked that we need to properly build it the way we want to. I think you're going. You can't run away. Oh, no, no. I didn't say that you could run away. And since we're already out this way, we're going to pick up some more steel. Pick up another couple stacks of steel. Well, that's exactly what we're looking for. You probably should have figured that I'm not afraid of you. I can run as fast as you can. What are you protecting? One of these rocks, so we can't get it right now anyway. Not till we get the explosives up and running, which we will probably be doing here soon. We have all the technology for it. And as for iron pipe, it's not needed as much as steel pipe. It's not needed as much as steel beam is. So power pole's kind of a bit close. Oh, there's one. Yeah, we're now at that point, guys. You get to a point in this game where once you have the Blade Runner and you have the Basher, you're pretty much just capable of harvesting any and all megafauna threats. I mean, the ones that give you the most trouble are the spitters. And of course, the giant spiders, they could be a bit dangerous too, but oh yes, the summer sloop. I'll collect that. And there's a hard drive here. If we could take a look at that. Oh, we could collect that. Collect that, then we'll kill the hogs. Take the wire. We'll take all these supplies. These are all good. Ooh, modular frames. Anything else? Oh yes, we don't want to leave behind the coil of cable there. So yeah, the cattle prod you start off with, that's what I like to call that other thing. Never really remember its name. It's great for beginning, but really, honestly, don't take on any high-powered enemies with that, like the alphas of any kind. I mean, you can. It's just going to be incredibly difficult to kill them. And more than likely, you're going to find yourself having to run away. And those alphas, by the way, particularly the hog alpha and the spider alpha, you can't get away from them without a pair of blade runners. And even the blade runners won't save you from the spider alpha, so do keep that in mind. Spider alpha is kind of the more dangerous of the two. They can jump considerably far. Do keep that in mind. Ah, hello. Where are you? Put that power slug over here too. What I thought it was. Okay. If this limestone vein's protected, is. But yes, just because you can bypass building these better pieces of equipment, don't. I'm going to tell you that now, because later on, especially when you start going to hunt for bauxite and uranium, you're going to need better tools to fight with. Right now, it's not necessary, but for me, I consider it a liability to not have those pieces of equipment as early as I can. One of the reasons why I got the Blade Runner, because I can run faster than the hogs can. I mean, even the giant spider struggled to get an attack because I can dodge him a lot faster. So do keep that in mind, that you do have there are some benefits to having the Blade Runners. That's one of them. You may not be able to outrun the spider, but you can sure the heck out maneuver them. Copper vein, what is it? Orm. But more than likely what we're going to do here in the future, this valley being as empty as it is, will be a perfect spot to build a mega factory-like setup. So we'll be able to start actually having different factories within this valley that do nothing but produce copper products or iron products or steel products, with all the goods being shipped in from around the map to get here. This area, the Dune Desert, and a few others are really good for that. Kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to save that open plain. Ah, hello. Was for that particular reason. We're up by our power plant now. And yes, when we get tier 4 belts, we might upgrade the power plant, but we're not going to add any more coal from the other 2 reserves to this power plant. This one here, once it gets as far out as it can, it's going to max out, but it should be enough to get us the petroleum products. And once we get the petroleum products, we're going to start using, we're going to do some researches to get to unlock turbo fuel. And we're going to use turbo fuel for powering our base. This might be a bit close. Not horrendous. How's our hunting spree been? So 20 hogs. Perfect. Got a good haul. Spider and some spitters. No spitters, so we gotta find some of them if we can. Stop on there because we see a bunch of our 8-legged friends. And a summer sloop. I hear him, but where is he? Click our reward. If he doesn't show up, then we're not going to worry about him.
Our blood could fill the effigy veins for a resident song. Scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Defile our temple, and the threads will sew the windows open.
Pattern analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form. Our expert Fix-It medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
Alright, so that's perfect, more of those. But the summer sloop, guys, that guy, it provides a tool that we're going to definitely want that can increase our power output by a significant amount. So right now we're going to continue working down that line, and eventually we're going to find ourselves a nice chunk of SAM ore, which there is one, by the way, right underneath our sulfur. What's this one's node? Normal node. So this is right above our power plant. We could use this to make compacted coal. But yeah, we can use that to build power, but we got to get our SAM ore hooked up. There is some right underneath the sulfur mine over at our steel pipe production. So we'll utilize that one probably. Like the Mercer Sphere. even gonna have some hatcher remains. Wow. We probably got the tickets by now, to tell you the truth. Oh, we got an alpha. And we just reset our timer up here. Our incident counter to 0. How nice. We'll collect our gear and we'll kill that alpha. So that's the issue with the alpha spitter. That's one of the reasons why we want to get the rebar gun, because we could easily dodge his attacks. Rebar gun. But we cannot. That's a lot harder to kill him with the Xeno Basher. So do keep that in mind in your playthrough, that yeah, the rebar gun's better for the alpha spitter. Might not be the best move for the alpha spider. Where's this death crate in relation to us? It is. Okay, so it is down this way. Because yes, we want our equipment back. Going with a full bar of health pretty much. Like this power slug. Things are always so useful. Yes, we're gonna have to kill him. Because he is kind of guarding our case here. There's enough room to add one more thing to our inventory. So we're going to just head on back. We'll come back for that slug later. Hatchers, let's try to add them real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to crouch. Keep this in mind. Hatchers do not open. You're in crouch. Okay. But if I decide to jump up, they're going to open. They're going to release those crab fly things. And it's a problem. But if I stay crouched, I can slaughter these guys.